If you've thought about quitting lately, this is for you. You're not here by accident. You clicked on this video because deep down, you're tired. Maybe you're worn out. Maybe life feels too heavy. And if you've been asking yourself, is it even worth it anymore? The answer is yes. Stay with me for the next few minutes and let God speak to your heart. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. This scripture reminds us that no matter how low we feel, God is not far away. In fact, He draws even closer when we are brokenhearted. Remember David, a man after God's own heart. Before he was king, before the songs of victory, he was just a young man running for his life. The very man he served, King Saul, was hunting him down. David hid in caves, moving from place to place, always looking over his shoulder. Can you imagine the fear, the loneliness? There were nights when David had nothing but tears for food. Yet in that season of despair, he wrote psalms of hope, songs that we still sing today. Out of his lowest moments came the words. And then there was Elijah. After calling down fire from heaven and defeating hundreds of false prophets, you would expect him to feel invincible, but instead, he ran into the wilderness, sat under a tree, and prayed that his life would end. He felt like a failure, completely drained, but God did not rebuke him. Instead, He sent an angel with food and water, and said, "Get up and eat, but the journey is too much for you." God knew Elijah didn't need punishment. He needed strength. He needed fuel. He needed rest. And God gave him exactly what he needed to continue. Elijah, after calling down fire from heaven, he became so discouraged that he asked God to take his life. Paul was imprisoned, beaten, and betrayed, yet he kept pressing on. They were beaten and thrown into the deepest part of the prison. Their feet were locked in stocks, their bodies bruised and bleeding. By all human logic, that should have been the end. But instead of giving up, they chose to sing. At midnight, when the pain was loudest, their praise was louder. And suddenly, the ground shook, the prison doors flew open, and chains fell off. What's the lesson? Even in your darkest night, God is still worthy of praise. And when you choose to lift your voice instead of giving in to despair, you invite heaven to move on your behalf. Now maybe you're not in a physical prison, but you might feel trapped in your situation, trapped by debt, by fear, by broken relationships, or by doubt. You might feel like the walls are closing in, but if God could bring Paul and Silas out of chains, He can break yours too. What feels like your midnight can become your miracle. And let's not forget Jesus faced loneliness in the Garden of Gethsemane. He cried out in agony, asking if the cup of suffering could pass from him. In the Garden of Gethsemane, the Son of God himself felt the crushing weight of sorrow. He fell to the ground and prayed, "Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me." His sweat became like drops of blood, but in that same moment of weakness, he surrendered. "Yet not my will, but yours be done." Jesus knows what it feels like to be overwhelmed. He knows the weight of despair, and because He endured, we now have victory. His story reminds us, even when giving up feels easier, surrendering to God's plan leads to resurrection. These were God's chosen ones, and yet, they faced moments where giving up felt easier than moving forward. And still, they discovered something powerful. God never abandoned them, and He won't abandon you either. Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Right now, even if you feel weak, His strength is holding you up. Even if you feel empty, His Spirit is filling you. Even if you feel alone, His presence surrounds you. Maybe you've been struggling in school. Maybe your family doesn't understand you. Maybe the bills are piling up and you don't know how you'll make it. Maybe you're carrying pain from a broken relationship, or you're battling thoughts that tell you you're not enough. But listen, this is not the end. The same God who parted the Red Sea, the same God who fed Elijah with ravens, the same God who opened prison doors for Paul and Silas is working in your life even when you can't see it. What feels like the end is only a chapter. God is writing something greater. Your tears are not wasted. Your prayers have not been ignored. You are still in His hands. Take a deep breath right now. Close your eyes if you can, and just let these words sink into your heart. God has not left me. I am not forgotten. I am loved. I am held. I am strengthened. Father, I pray for the person listening right now. You know their pain. You see their struggles. Remind them that you are with them. Remind them that this season will not break them, but build them. Fill them with peace that goes beyond understanding, and with courage to take the next step. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. This moment is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your comeback. So breathe, hold on, and trust Him, because God is with you, always. This is Faith Fuel. If this encourages you, share it with someone who needs hope today. And don't forget to subscribe, so you can stay fueled in faith.